Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, people? Salute, salute. It's your boy Jay Jordan back again for another WNBA watch along. This evening, we have the Connecticut Sun with a 3-18 record, worst record in the league, taking on the Indiana Fever. I might have this backwards. I think the Sun may be the home team. Let me check. I'm all over the place today. Yeah, it is switch. It's the Fever taking on the Sun. I gotta switch the sides of these. But the Fever are taking on the Sun this evening. What's going on, people? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me switch these over right now before I confuse myself. Sounding a little better, feeling a little better. What's up, cuz? How you doing? Hope all is well. I'm just switch these around. The Sun are the home team. They're actually playing at the TD Garden where the Boston Celtics play. So the Connecticut Sun, they're technically New England's team. So they are playing at the TD Garden. Boom. All right, I switched those around, so we should be good now. All right, cool. So let's get into it. Let me get my ticker up. Game starts at 8 p.m. on ESPN. This game is a national TV game. It will be at 8 p.m. on ESPN. Let's get into it. So we have the Indiana Fever. They're starting. Let me just verify before I give y'all false information. But this should be the same starting lineup they always have. So starting lineups: Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hull, Natasha Howard, Aliyah Boston. Yep, that's what I have. The subs are Ari McDonald, Brianna Turner, Sydney Colson, Michaela Timpson, Damiris Dantas, and Sophie Cunningham. The one person they have out. Oh, actually, they don't have anybody out. Everybody is good to go for them. For the Connecticut Sun, they're going with Bria Hartley, J.C. Sheldon, Sanaya Rivers, Nelson-Ododa, and Tina Charles. Their subs are Anissa Morrow, Lindsay Allen, Layla Lacan, Rhea Marshall, and Haley Peters, who they just signed back today to a 7-day contract. They had waived her before the deadline, which was on Sunday, and they just signed her back to a 7-day contract. Marina Mabry is still out with a left knee injury, so no Marina Mabry. Alrighty, we got about 7 minutes. I wanted to start this poll. Who will win this game? This should probably be a overwhelming poll in favor of the visiting Fever, but it's the Fever versus the Sun who will win this game. Starting the poll up now. Let your vote be seen in the chat. We also have another game after this. I won't be doing it, but it's between the Washington Mystics and the LA Sparks. That'll be their first matchup of the season in that one. Get some things ready here on my end. Make sure everything is good to go. I did want to touch on some things before. We'll see how far I can get before they start the game. But I did want to touch on some things. All right, cool. So that looks like it's working. All right, let me load that up. Let's do this first, actually. Let's go ahead. All right, so as I mentioned, Indiana versus Connecticut. You can see the team comparisons here. Indiana second in the league in points per game at 85. Connecticut dead last and 13th at 72. Indiana sixth in assists per game. They're first in field goal percentage. They're 12th in free throw percentage, which is pretty bad. So that's something they have to fix up. Those are the odds for those into the betting. Fever are minus 1,200 money line odds, minus 1,200. The spread is minus 15.5 in favor of the Fever. Over under is 166. What's up, Robert? Salute, salute. Hope all is well. This is the third game of the series between these teams. Connecticut won by 2 on May 30th. I think that game was without Caitlin. Then the Fever came back on June 17th and won 88-71. And then now they play tonight, and the next and last matchup would be on August 17th, back in Connecticut. Looking at their recent run of form, the Fever have won 3 of their last 5, including 2 in a row. The Sun have lost 4 of their last 5. The last one was against Seattle when they came back against the Storm at home. All right, so that is that. I am wearing a shirt here, Portland Fire. It was announced today that the Portland Fire will be returning with the same name. I mean, the design's a little different for the new Portland Fire organization, but the Portland Fire are returning to the WNBA with that same name they had back in the 2002-ish year, 2002, somewhere around there. We have some time, so I'll quickly go over the website. This is their website, Portland Fire Reborn. This is Portland, and in 2026, this is the city that will bring the game back. Welcome to the Portland Fire Reborn. The word mark here is a representation of the 12 bridges that connect their city. Oh, my bad. Let me back up a little bit. There you go. That keep their, I guess their branding represents the 12 bridges that connect their city. Salute for the follow. Salute for the follow. The P in Portland Fire represents the city we play for. The silhouette at Mount Hood graces the top of our icon. The flares and curves of the P are inspired by the elegance and strength of a rose. And then, as you see, the icon is like fire around a rose. The city of roses is Portland. And they're going to be playing at the Motor Center where the Trailblazers play. So that was a lot of the announcement that they had today. So salute to the Portland Fire. I had to throw the shirt on today. I have a lot of the old shirts of the old defunct teams that are no longer in the W, but now that Portland's rejoining, I'm going to have to retire this one. I try not to wear any current team shirts that aren't my liberty. So I got to go back. I got to put this into retirement. Alrighty, so we're almost there. Got about 2-ish minutes. This game is on ESPN. Chemo, what's up, Chemo? It's strange because the Blazers are for sale. I think it's different. I think it was different ownership if I remember correctly. At least during the whole beginning process. I know they share the owners of the team of the NWSL team, the Portland Thorns. I think they were gonna have like a whole joint facility for training and recovery and practice and stuff. So I guess they'll probably be renting out the Motor Center, I guess. But we shall see. All right. Broadcast is starting here on ESPN. Remember, they are playing at the TD Garden where the Boston Celtics play. Remember last game, it was a lot of head-to-heads, a lot of get-togethers between the players on the court, a couple flagrants, texts, and all that. Mabry's not playing, so I don't know if there'll still be any bad blood. But I know JC Sheldon's playing. JC and Caitlin have been going back and forth since years. So we'll see what happens here. Hopefully nothing really takes off in a bad manner, but we shall see. Tudo was good. How you holding up after that flood? Yeah, bro. Thankfully, I'm out in the suburbs. I'm a little out the city, so it didn't affect us too bad up here. But I did see videos from the train station and all that. They had it was like a flood in some of the train stations. Seen some basements get flooded out there in Brooklyn and that. So I hope everybody's staying safe out there. Thankfully, it didn't affect us too bad up here. I haven't actually stepped outside today, which is pretty bad, but I've been looking out the window. Looks to be pretty decent. Ooh, that tea's hot. All right, make sure you fill out that poll. Who do you think is going to win this evening's game? Let us know in the poll. Right now, it looks like Fever are the overwhelming favorite. So we'll see what happens to the. Yeah, I saw that. That's the video I saw with the one train. Like water was coming up from the floor, like shooting up into the sky. I was like, nah, it's going crazy over there. Thankfully, I don't have to go into the city. I don't have to go into the city until I think next time I go into the city is when the is when the Liberty play next, which is next Wednesday. I'm not going tomorrow. But I'll be going to the next game against the Fever, which is the game after the All-Star break. All right, they're talking about Caitlin Clark here. Against Dallas, she had 14 points and 13 assists. It's Pam Ward and LaChina Robinson on the call on ESPN. They're still just prefacing the game. Yeah, Tudor, that's mine. That's me. I'm a Metro North person too. I'll take that Metro North right on home from Grand Central. Tina Charles, 9-time All WNBA, 5 first team. She is the second. She is second in the WNBA all time in scoring. Only Diana Taurasi above her in scoring. What's up, Miller? Salute, salute. Glad you're joining for this one. Starting lineups are on your screen. That's what they're talking about right now. Starting lineups are on your screens. Empire was good. Salute, salute. Empire, that's funny that you mentioned the first hockey game I ever went to at Madison Square Garden between the Devils and the Rangers. Not this past season. I think it was last season. Right off the face off, they just dropped the gloves and started scrapping. I was like, oh, like this is really what hockey is about. I thought it was just like over exaggerated, but they really started getting into it off the face off, which is I think people got ejected immediately. It was wild. The Fever are wearing their whites, and the Sun are wearing those black jerseys with the it looks like the key suck across the chest. Nah, AR, I'm not doing both games. I don't think my voice can take both games. Jump ball is up, and we are off, people. Game has started. Ball down to Tina Charles. Tina Charles in the post against Aliyah Boston. One leg fall away, short. Rebound to Boston. Hands it over to Kate. And the crowd goes crazy for Caitlin, and she's just dribbling the ball. This is crazy. Oh, and Caitlin turns it over. Sanaya Rivers with the steal. Attacks Kate, goes up, and Sanaya Rivers gets the home team on the board. Caitlin with the ball, goes behind the back, loses it, dribbles into the paint, throws it out to Boston. Boston pump fake for three. Hand off to Kelsey Mitchell, out to Caitlin. Caitlin top of the key here. They throw it down to Natasha Howard, who's wide open under the basket, and easily lays it in. It's 2-2. Ball over to JC Sheldon. Sheldon comes off that screen. Bounce pass to Tina. Tina, one leg fall away, doesn't even jump. She just kept one leg Dirk style and cashed it in. 4-2, Connecticut. Caitlin picks up her dribble. Oh, bounce pass down. Bullet pass down to Natasha. Up and under, goes up and scores. So Natasha Howard with the first 4 points here. It's 4-4. Bria Hartley with the ball. They're full court pressing here. Bria Hartley crosses half court, left to right crossover over to Tina. Tina pump fakes for three. Now takes the three. Short, and Nelson-Ododa with the rebound and scores. Nelson-Ododa gets on the board here. And it's 6-4 Connecticut. Caitlin crosses half court here. Yeah, Cece. I don't know if they'll give her an assist on that second basket, but that first one definitely. Natasha Howard, that's 6. She has all 6 points here for the Fever. Foul by Lexi Hull on Bria Hartley. So it's 6-6. Yeah, I'll talk about the 3-point contest at halftime. I did have all that stuff there, the graphics there, but ran out of time. So we'll talk about that at halftime. Ball and play here with the Sun, 6-6. Tina Charles over to Sanaya Rivers. Left wing 3. That's all. Fight for the rebound. Tina Charles gets it. Attacks Boston. Gets blocked by Boston. And it goes out of bounds. Ball will stay with the Connecticut Sun. Ball and play to Tina. Throws it over to Nelson-Ododa. Attacks Natasha Howard. Doesn't get the foul. Howard with the rebound. Gets it over to Kate. Kate crosses half court. Caitlin hesitation. Gets down the lane. Goes off the glass and scores. Caitlin Clark on the board. And it's 8-6. Bria Hartley goes behind the back. Gets downhill. Throws it out to Tina. Top of the key. Right side to JC. They bring a double out to her. JC gets it to Nelson-Ododa. Over to Sanaya. Sanaya attacks left, goes downhill, O's off glass, and scores. Turned on the boosters there, got to the cup, and ties the game up at 8. Memory goes salute on the Twitch. Salute, salute. Appreciate that, my friend. Salute. Ball over to Lexi. Lexi, fall away jump shot is up, bounces around, and scores. So Lexi Hull now on the board here. It's 10-8 Indiana. I have to fix my graphic there. I got the teams on the opposite side. JC Sheldon pulls up for 3. Short. Rebound to Boston. Caitlin with the ball. Crosses half court here. She already has 2 points and an assist, I believe. Aliyah Boston finds a cutting Hull. Hull in the paint. Throws to Howard. Howard go for an 8th point. And it rolls around and scores. So Natasha Howard has 8 points here in this first quarter. It's 12-8 Indiana. Ball over to Bria Hartley. She pulls up for 3. That's off. I saw that. Oh, Nelson-Ododa with the rebound. Attacks Howard. Steps through. Gets blocked. And the ball snatched out of her hands there. Good defense there by Howard. Over to Hull. Hull for 3. Cast. Lexi Hull knocks down the left wing 3. And it's a 15-8 lead. Indiana rolling here. 5:52 to go in the first quarter. Caitlin pumping up the crowd. Man, it sounds like a Fever home game, to be completely honest with you. That sucks. That sucks for the Sun. All right, y'all. We're going to take a look at the box score really quickly. We're going to take a look at the box score, and then I'm going to change, flip the graphics so that the teams are on the opposite sides. Let's scroll back up. So 15-8, that's the score. 15-8. Last basket was by Lexi Hull, knocked down to 3. You got Natasha Howard with 8 of their, how many points I said they have? 15. 8 of their 15 points. Natasha Howard does have 2 blocks as well with 2 rebounds. 5 for Lexi Hull. You got Caitlin Clark with 2 points. They gave, oh, she has 4 assists. So I guess they gave her an assist on that other one. I thought Natasha Howard took a couple dribbles that should have negated the assist, but either way, 4 assists. For the Connecticut Sun, you got 4 for Sanaya Rivers, 2 for Nelson-Ododa, 2 for Tina Charles so far in this game. Sun shooting 33%, and the Fever shooting 100%. 7 for 7 from the floor, 1 for 1 from 3. 6 assists on 7 made baskets. So that's really good offense there. All right, let me see if I can flip these graphics right quick. Bear with me as I do this. Where is it? So let's do this. Put that there. Copy this. Put this here. All right. So this is 6. This is 13. Shout out to Uno Overlays. That's the scoreboard system I use. Salute to Uno. Not an ad, but I found them. It's free and it works. So I have no complaints. And Sun. All right, cool. I think I flipped it. I gotta flip the scores now. So it's 15, 8. All right, cool. Perfect. We back in business here. It was confusing me trying to change the scores. All right, broadcast is restarting now. Broadcast is restarting. Yeah, it's still a little hoarse, ma. I got my tea here. But sounds better than yesterday. Yeah, Tudo, I saw that. They had it as a table game out in Vegas. The little memes about that was pretty funny. People talking about you got your rent money on the line and somebody hits you with a draw 4. Yeah. All right, ball in play here with the Connecticut Sun. 15-8 is the score. Tina Charles with the ball over to Nelson-Ododa. Sorry, who's that? Who is that? Oh, that's Layla Lacan. Got too many light-skinned people on the team. Kelsey Mitchell with a touch pass to Howard, and Howard with the easy basket here. It's 17-8. And Nelson-Ododa catches the nice assist and scores. Stops a 9-0 fever run there. It's 17-10. Caitlin with the ball, guarded tightly by Sanaya Rivers. Caitlin over to Mitchell. Back to Caitlin. Oh, Sanaya almost gets the steal, but Caitlin recovers. Caitlin, gets her pocket picked by Sanaya. Sanaya outlet to Tina. Tina on the run, goes up. Layup is up and good. Sanaya Rivers with the lockdown defense there. Picks Kate's pocket and gets the assist to Tina Charles. Caitlin off the screen here. Caitlin step back, going left for 3 and misses. Lacan with the rebound. They said Caitlin on the road is 1 for 29 from 3. That is not good. Nelson-Ododa high low to Tina. Tina goes up. Left hand hook over Aliyah Boston and scores. 1 for 29 from 3-point range for Caitlin on the road. Reaching foul there by Sanaya Rivers on Caitlin. Liz, what's going on? Salute, salute. Yeah, feeling a little better, Liz. Thank you. Not as stuffy. Still sound a little not myself, but good enough to do it. Aliyah Boston with the ball off the inbound gives it to Ari McDonald, who's checked in for Caitlin. Sophie Cunningham is also checked in. Ball over to Ari, right side of the floor. 5 on the clock. Ari gets downhill, throws it out to Sophie. Sophie pump fakes on the drive, goes up, layup is up, and at the buzzer she scores. So Sophie Cunningham off the bench and into the scorebook. Her first basket is 19-14. Bria Hartley with the ball over to Tina Charles. Tina Charles over to Layla. Layla Lacan drives, nobody there. She goes up and scores. Layla Lacan, technically a rookie now, out of France. Kelsey Mitchell in response goes down the floor, hangs in the air, foul, and 1 off a made basket. Off a made basket, Kelsey Mitchell running the floor. She gets down, gets the outlet pass, attacks Tina Charles, basically cups the ball with one hand and puts it up and scores. Career high 7.7 paint points per game for Kelsey Mitchell, tied for most among guards in the W, according to the broadcast here. Kelsey Mitchell for the 3-point play, and she knocks it in. It's 22 to 16. Lindsay Allen has checked in for the Sun. Layla Lacan drops it off to Tina. Tina steps through, goes up with her left. She misses. Tina, her own rebound, foul, and she gets fouled. She doesn't score the basket. She'll go to the line for 2 free throws. So it's been Tina Charles' offense so far in this one. Tina Charles up to 6 points in this game so far. She has 8,019 points, and she's still about 2,000 plus points behind Diana Taurasi for number one all time in the W. I don't think she'll reach it. She hits the first. Second one is up. Rattles in and out. Rebound to Howard. Howard over to Ari McDonald. Ari McDonald, top of the key here. Gets it to Mitchell. Mitchell gets free off the screen. Midi is up and good. Kelsey Mitchell knocks down the mid-range jumper. It's 24-17. They've only missed one shot in this game. Anissa Morrow comes off the bench, pulls a three. Anissa Morrow. Top of the key three for Nice, the rookie out of LSU. Oh, and Tina Charles picks Aliyah Boston's pocket. Tina Charles bounce pass to Lindsay Allen. She goes up and scores. Defense to offense here for the home team. And it's a 2-point game. Ari McDonald off a make. Goes down the lane. Misses the layup. Howard gets the rebound. Cunningham wide open for three. She misses. Lindsay Allen with the rebound. Connecticut with a chance to tie or take the lead with a three. Lindsay Allen with the ball. She dribbles back to the top of the key. Once it gets it to Tina. Tina over to Lacan. Lacan attacks right. Ball almost gets stolen. She picks it back up. Lacan attacks the basket. Goes up and scores. Layla Lacan with the basket. Ties the game at 24. 7-0 run by the Sun. We have a foul here. 7-0 run here by the Sun. Con Landon, what's up? I'm more of an Amtrak person traveling up and down the Northeast corridor from Connecticut to DC and everywhere in between. Yeah, I haven't taken Amtrak since my college days when I used to go up to Albany. That's the last time I took Amtrak. Ball in play here with the Fever. Dantas has checked in for the Fever. So it's McDonald, Dantas, Mitchell, Cunningham, and Howard. Dantas resets for three, and top of the key three for Damaris Dantas. Her first touch of the game. And she's into the scorebook. 3-point lead here. 27-24. A ball down to Tina. Tina against Dantas here. Tries to step through and gets fouled there. And Tina Charles will go to the line for 2 free throws. Tina on a mission here to start this game. Kyle Landon giving us some history on the Portland Fire. If you missed the intro, Portland Fire are returning to the WNBA. This is the old logo for Portland. The logo has definitely improved. Yeah, Tudo. Amtrak's still around, man. They're not the best service in the world, but a necessary service for a lot of people, especially here in the Northeast. Tina Charles knocks down both free throws. And she's up to 9 points here in the first quarter. Caitlin's checked back in. She attacks. Guarded by Lacan. Gets into the paint. Out to Dantas. Dantas pump fakes for three. One leg over Tina. Tina with the block. And with the rebound. Tina now running the court here. Tina, spin move, throws it to Anissa Morrow. She shoots a fall away jump shot off balance. Rolls off. Rebound to Cunningham. 1-point game here. 27-26. Approaching a minute to go in the first quarter. Ball and entry pass was deflected by Anissa Morrow right to McDonald, and it's a jump ball between J.C. Sheldon and Ari McDonald. Man, the over-under was 166. It's looking like so far they're going to blow right past this. Both teams on point. On place for scoring 30 points each in this quarter. Nelson-Ododa checks back in. So you have one jump ball is up and it finds its way to the Sun, and Anissa Morrow gets it over to Lindsay Allen. Lindsay Allen, oh, has he moved? Nobody home on the defense, and the Sun retake the lead here. 28-27, 50 seconds to go here. Caitlin getting full court pressured, almost an 8-second violation, gets it across to Howard. McDonald off the screen, gets downhill, left-hand floater is up, and they call a foul there. So Ari McDonald will go to the line now for 2 free throws. So McDonald at the line. First free throw is up and good. It got to be like one of them aces of the years past when they were like unguardable. When they were like the cream of the crop. They probably have the record for most points in a quarter, in the first quarter. Oh, most total points. That's a good question. Not sure. She knocks down both free throws. It's 29-28 here. Nelson-Ododa into the paint, misses. Caitlin with the rebound. 24 seconds to go here in the quarter. About a 4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Connecticut with 22 points in the paint, 18 for Indiana. Caitlin calls for the screen from Dantas. Attacks right. They late double. They throw it all the way over to Ari in the left corner. Ari attacks, throws it over. Ball gets deflected and stolen. 2 seconds on the clock. Anissa Morrow just sets up for 3 at half court and hits straight glass. And that's the quarter. So at the end of one, high-scoring first quarter, Indiana 29, Connecticut 28. Let's get the stuff ready for the second quarter, and then we'll take a look at the box score. All right, so 29-28 is the score, 29-28. At the end of the first, if you see the money line is minus 500 in favor of the Fever. The spread is now plus 9.5 in favor of the with the Sun being the underdogs there. Indiana, Howard with 10 points, 4 rebounds in that first quarter. Lexi Hull with 5. Boston with no points but 2 rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell with 5 points, 2 for Caitlin with 4 assists and 2 turnovers. Cunningham with 2, McDonald with 2, Dantas with 3. They only missed 4 shots, 12 for 16 in that first quarter, 75%, 50%. 50% from 3-point range. Made all their free throws. Connecticut, Sanaya Rivers with 4 points, 2 steals, 2 assists. You got Nelson-Ododa with 4, 9 for Tina Charles with 3 rebounds. And then their bench, you got 4 from Lacan, 3 for Morrow, and 4 for Lindsay Allen. They're shooting 50% from the field, which isn't bad either. 1 for 6 from 3 is pretty bad. 3 for 4 from the line. And they only have 1 turnover. They have 5 steals in this game, so salute to the Sun. Active hands forcing turnovers. So 29-28 is the score at the moment. The benches are doing work. What's up, Sigmund? Salute, salute. So we're getting ready for the start of the second quarter. Salute to everybody watching on the watch along with me. Make sure you leave a like if you like this type of content. Subscribe if you're new here. We do watch alongs all W season long. It's the second to last day before the All-Star break. We have a full slate of games tomorrow starting at 12 Eastern, at noon Eastern, going all the way through. And then we have the All-Star break. All-Star game is on Saturday, like the 3-point contest and the skills challenge and all that is on Friday. So, what did they move the over-under to? Now it's at 184. Sheesh. $29-28 is the score. Make sure you fill out the poll if you haven't already on the YouTube. Who will win this game? If you're on the Twitch, we could put it in the comments, Fever or Sun. It's been a pretty competitive game so far. Pretty competitive game so far. We're still in commercial here. Still in commercial. Finally, there's been talk by some in Boston that they want to take the Connecticut Sun and move it to Boston. Yeah, they want an expansion team. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised that they want an expansion team and not a relocated Connecticut Sun team. I wonder what that would do for their broadcasting rights, because right now they're shown by NBC Sports Boston. So if they lose that team, if they get a new team, what happens to the Connecticut Sun rights? Right? Quarter about to start here. Second quarter starts with the Fever, and they have the ball. So on the floor is McDonald, Clark, Boston, Cunningham, and Dantas. Caitlin pulls up for a deep three off the back rim. 1 for 30 on the road from 3 for Caitlin. Rebound to Lindsay Allen. Is Allen, Lacan, Nelson-Ododa, Morrow, and Sheldon. Lacan over to Morrow. Morrow for a second three. Too strong. Rebound to Boston. Boston gets it over to Caitlin. She almost traveled there. Caitlin with the ball. Caitlin crosses half court, guarded tightly by Lacan. Almost steps back. Oh, in and out. Lacan staying with her. Handoff to McDonald. Over to Dantas. Dantas with the ball. Guarded by Morrow. Corner to Boston. Boston corner three. Misses. Morrow grabs the rebound. She did that a lot. She was one of the best in the country at LSU doing that. Nelson-Ododa gets fouled there by Boston on the drive. Kudo said Valkyries versus Storm going to be interesting given the Storm fourth quarters of late. Yeah. So 29-28. Fever on top. 9 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Connecticut to inbound. Lindsay Allen gets to inbound. Back to Lacan. Lacan out of France. Finds Nelson-Ododa. Ball goes through her hands. It's a turnover. Caitlin Clark looks to attack. J.C. Sheldon goes through. Takes some contact. And she gets fouled. She go to the line for 2 free throws. So Nelson-Ododa fumbled that bounce pass from Lacan. Caitlin goes coast to coast. Steps through on J.C. Sheldon. Takes the contact. And she'll go to the line. So Clark, first free throw is up and too strong right off the back rim. Sheldon. Oh, I thought she was checking out. Bria Hartley, and it looks like Rivers checked back in. Second free throw is up, and she knocks down the second free throw. So it's 30-28. Offenses have definitely slowed down so far. Clark with 3 points and 4 assists. Bria Hartley with the ball, attacks left. Over to Tina. Tina back to Hartley. Hartley pump fakes. Gets it to Morrow. Morrow fall away from the elbow. Rolls off. Rebound to Caitlin. Caitlin comes off the screen. Oh, nice slip pass to Boston. Boston mid-range jump shot is off. Morrow gets the rebound. Bria Hartley with the ball in the corner. Finds Morrow in the paint. Step through on Cunningham. Attacks. Misses. The ball gets tipped, and Caitlin's on the run here. Caitlin bounce pass. Oh, Lacan reads it and steals it. Lacan on the response. Attacks. Bounce pass to Morrow. Did too much. Bounce pass goes out of bounds. So it is Fever basketball. Cunningham to inbound. Gets it into Clark. The Fever started 8 for 8 from the field. Now they're 4 for 11 since. Boston with the ball. Hand off to Mitchell. Mitchell over to Cunningham. Right side. Over to Boston. Boston finds the cutting Mitchell. Mitchell goes up with the right and scores. What a find by Boston there. And it's 32-28. Haley Peters, who was just re-signed. Let's check back in. Layla Lacan down the lane, goes to the basket, and scored. Layla Lacan. Beautiful move by the French representative Layla Lacan, 6 points off the bench. Caitlin with the ball, guarded by Sheldon, attacks left, finds Boston and gets fouled by Peters. So Boston will go to the line for 2 free throws. Mahoney says Boston Shamrocks, WNBA expansion team. The Boston Shamrocks. So Boston at the line for 2 free throws. First free throw is up. Rolls off the rim and in. Substitutions happening all over the floor. They're just showing Kelsey Mitchell right now, so I can't see who else is on. All right. Boston back at the line for the second. And she misses. Rebound goes to Hartley. So Hartley with the ball. Comes off the screen going left. Hartley down the lane. Bounce pass. Goes through. Lacan for 3. Misses. Sanaya Rivers fight for the rebound. It goes off her hand and out of bounds. So Indiana with the ball here. It's Boston, Hull, Clark, Howard, and Mitchell. So their starting lineup on the floor. Mitchell comes off that screen. Mitchell stops. Wide open. Midi is up. And good. Kelsey Mitchell cooking right now. She's up to 9 points in this game. 5-point game here. Indiana up 35-30. Hartley with the ball. Gets it over to Tina. Tina had a great first quarter. Finds Sanaya. Sanaya's getting held. And they call a foul on the floor here on Kelsey Mitchell. Is it raining? Oh, probably just AC. It looks like this play is gonna be reviewed here. Stephanie White's gonna challenge this call on Kelsey Mitchell, saying it wasn't a foul on Kelsey. Sanaya initiated the contact. So we have a timeout on the floor. Timeout on the floor for a challenge. Let's take a quick look at the box score while we have some time. 35-30 is the score. Offenses have slowed down. Offenses have slowed down considerably. 6-2 in the second so far. 6-2. Indiana, you got Howard with 10 and 4. You got 5 from Lexi. Aliyah with 1.3 rebounds. You got Mitchell with 9. And you have Caitlin Clark with 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. No threes. 2 for Cunningham, 2 for McDonald, 3 for Dantas. Connecticut, Sanaya Rivers still with 4, 4 for Nelson-Ododa, 9 for Charles. Lacan with 6, 3 for Morrow, 4 for Lindsay Allen. Right, so this is the score right now, 35-30, 35-30. See what I mean? I trust the Liberty over the Nets at this point. I mean, as you should, man. The Nets have done nothing to garner your trust. Yeah, Sigmund, she struggles on the road. She's been struggling on the road all season. They said she's 1 for 29 from 3. Now she's 1 for 30 from 3 on the road this season. So she's a home merchant. Nelson, what's going on? The return of Stephanie White. What's going on, Jay? Salute. What's going on? Yeah, it was good to get back-to-back wins. That last game against Atlanta for the Liberty. I didn't get to. I was keeping track of the score at halftime, and we were getting smacked up. And then by the time I got home, we were on the comeback trail, and we ended up winning. So, salute to them for grinding that one out. Right, broadcast is coming back on right now. Let's let's see what they haven't announced what the call is. Waiting for the decision here. They said the call on the floor stands. Yo, this ref is sweating bullets, bro. That boy face glistening on the broadcast. Indiana now has no challenges the rest of the way, so a silly challenge there by Steph White. Yes, Kelsey Mitchell hits Sanaya Rivers in the face there, trying to defend her. So that is why that was called a foul. Kyle Landis says the owners of Connecticut, the new okay, okay. It's a bit of a stolen play right now. A lot of confusion. That's why I'm not saying anything. A lot of confusion that's out there. Something with Sanaya Rivers. I don't know what's happening. What is happening? I wish they would let us know. Oh, it looks like fans are getting ejected here. That's what it looks like. It looks like two fans got ejected. Yeah. Two fans are getting escorted out the building that are sitting right next to the Connecticut bench. Or segments a silly challenge by silly coach. Yeah. Man, imagine you paid all that money for seats right behind the bench and started the second quarter, you get ejected. Yikes. Bria Hartley with the ball. Hartley on the attack. Spin move. Throws off a wild shot. JC Sheldon saves it. Sheldon, pump fakes, has to throw up a three. Misses. Howard with the rebound. Excuse me. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Dribbles down the court. Tries to throw a lob pass, and they call a foul on the floor. I don't even think they needed to foul there. They got the deflection. That would have been a steal. So it is Fever basketball here. They get it in. Caitlin gets it into Boston. Back to Caitlin. Caitlin double over to Boston. Boston, oh, down to Howard. Somehow gets it through and scores. 37-30. 7-point lead for the Fever here. Tina Charles over to Sanaya Rivers. The offenses are struggling here. Haley Peters with the ball under the basket. Reverse layup. Smokes it. Boston with the rebound. Boston running the floor here. Hand off to Caitlin. Caitlin into the paint. Goes up. Layup is up and good. 9-point game. It's all Fever right now. Oh, Bria Hartley goes behind the back. Loses Hull for three. Oh, Bria Hartley. That was smooth. She goes behind the back. Lexi Hull went straight to the corner store there. And she pulls up for three. Caitlin into the paint. Spin move on JC. Misses. Ball hits the bottom of the rim. Haley Peters gets the rebound. Caitlin wanted a foul call there. JC Sheldon over to Bria. Bria corner to Sanaya. Sanaya for corner three. Misses. Tina Charles with the rebound. One leg fall away goes glass. Halfway down and out. Ball gets tipped out by Rivers. It goes to the Fever. Nah, that wasn't a Caitlin assist, AR. It was a Aliyah Boston assist. Ball in play here with Kelsey Mitchell. Nice crossover out to McDonald, who's checked in for Caitlin. McDonald over to Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull on the drive. Goes glass. Misses. Howard with the tip rebound. Misses. Bria Hartley gets the rebound. Goes behind the back. Bria Hartley likes this behind the back move. Oh, she almost hurts herself. And then she turns it over. Ball in play here with the Fever. 39-33. That was the fourth turnover for Connecticut. So they've been limiting the turnovers. Got to give them credit there. Howard with the ball over to Hull. Hull gets cut off going left. Comes back right. Stops over to Howard. Howard on the baseline. Guarded by Nelson-Ododa. Gets into the paint. Steps through. Misses the layup. Rebound to Charles. Left side to JC Sheldon. Sheldon, right to left crossover. On to Tina. Tina, foul line jump shot. Cash. She's been doing that a long, long time. Tina Charles with the basket there. Tina up to 11 points. Yeah, I didn't know the Bruins owned the building either. I thought it was done. That's interesting. Aliyah Boston in the paint against Tina Charles. Tries to dream shake. Shoots around her. Misses. Fight for the rebound. Finds his way to Tina. Ball over to Bria. Bria into the middle of the paint. Dribbles back out. Comes off the screen from Tina. Drop pass to Tina. Top of the key. Tina long two. Short. Howard with the rebound. Oh, and Howard fakes the pass but loses it. And the Sun have the ball. Over to Sanaya. Sanaya lob pass to Nelson-Ododa. Snatches it out there. Up top to Hartley. 3 minutes to go here. Bria Hartley finds Nelson-Ododa on the roll. Nelson-Ododa attacks Howard. Corner to Sheldon. Over to Sanaya. Sanaya on the drive. Sanaya attacks Boston. Nelson-Ododa with the rebound and put back. Good patience there from the Sun. Lexi Hull in transition for three. Terrible shot. Misses. Bria Hartley with the ball. Bria Hartley into the front court here. Bria Hartley, step back three. Oh, Bria Hartley. That was filthy there. And gives them the lead, 40-39. Nice run there by the Connecticut Sun to retake the lead. Bria Hartley likes that little snatch back behind the back and pull. That's her second three of the evening. She's up to 6 points. Let's take a look at the box score. I'm over here looking at the commercials. 40-39. Connecticut on a nice little run here after that timeout. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Sun outscoring the Fever 12-10 in the second quarter. So in Indiana, for Indiana, you have Natasha Howard with 12 points and 6 rebounds. She's on her way to a double-double so far. 5 for Lexi Hull. You got 1 point for Boston with 4 rebounds. Kelsey Mitchell with 9. Caitlin Clark with 5. And 4 assists. McDonald with 2. Cunningham with 2. 3 for Dantas. They're shooting 55% from the field, 28% from 3. And they have 6 turnovers as a team. Connecticut, Sanaya Rivers with 4 still. 6 for Nelson-Ododa with 4 rebounds. Got Tina Charles with 11 and 7. 6 for Bria Hartley. And then you have Lacan with 6. 3 for Morrow and 4 for Allen. So they have 13 points off the bench for the Sun. And you have 7 for the Fever. Alrighty. So 40-39 is the score. Salute to everybody hanging around on the watch along. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you are new here. At halftime, we'll go over the box score and the team stats. And then we'll look at some of the WNBA news that was released last night and earlier today. We already touched on the Portland Fire announcement that took place earlier today. We did that in the beginning of the stream. So if you want to scroll back and take a quick look at that, you can. We'll talk about the 3-point contest participants, the skills challenge participants, as well as some other things. What's up, Miracle? Word. Hit the like, people. Hit the like. Let's get the likes up. Looking like Fever are still the favorite here in the poll. 89%. 89% in favor of the Fever. The right broadcast is coming here. All right, so it is going to be Indiana ball here on the inbound. Yeah, Portland Blazers. Blazers was for Trailblazers, but I guess it could be a double there if you want to do Blazers as in blaze fire. The 10-0 a 10-0 run by Connecticut in the last 5.5. Ball and play here with the Fever. Boston over to Cunningham. Cunningham drives right, pulls up for a long two off the back rim, rebound to Rivers. Rivers with the rock here. Now Sheldon has it. Sorry. Sheldon with the ball. Sheldon tries to drive right. Snatch back dribble. Over to Hartley. Hartley down to Tina in the post against Boston. Tina shoots a jump shot over her. She wanted a foul there on the jump shot. Doesn't get it. Rebound to Boston. Kelsey Mitchell on the attack. Goes off the blast and scores. Kelsey Mitchell like a mini dynamo. Just weaving, bobbing and weaving. And then finishes with the left hand layup. It's a 41-40. Breaks that drought for the Fever. Sanaya Rivers off the bounce, pulls up for the midi and scores. Sanaya Rivers knocks down the mid-range jumper. 6 points for Sanaya. Boston with the ball. Gets it to Ari on the left side. Ari gets it to Boston. Boston goes corner to Mitchell, who's wide open for three, and she misses. They got lucky there, the Sun did. Rebound to Sanaya Rivers. Rivers, right side of the floor, guarded by Howard. Gets it in the corner to Sheldon. Down to Nelson-Ododa in the post. Shoots over Boston. Misses. Rebound to Cunningham. Cunningham over to Boston. Boston on the drive. Attacks Nelson-Ododa. Shoots over her and misses. Hits the side of the backboard. Gets cut off there. Dive on the floor for the ball in the backcourt. And it's a jump ball between Boston and Nelson-Ododa there. Caitlin Clark checks back in for the last 40 seconds of this quarter. All right, so it's Boston and Nelson-Ododa on the jump ball. Nelson-Ododa wins the tip. It falls to Hartley. Hartley drops it off to Sheldon. And then Kelsey Mitchell saves Hartley with these no-look passes. It's not working out. That's the second turnover she had on a no-look pass. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Over to Boston. Right side to Mitchell. Mitchell attacks. Over to Cunningham in the right corner. And Cunningham knocks down the corner three. And the Fever retake the lead here. 2-point lead. Shot clock is turned off. Bria Hartley with the ball. 10 seconds to go. They can tie or take the lead going into the half here. Bria Hartley, right to left, left to right. Goes behind the back again. She pulls up for another three. Halfway down and out. Rebound to Rivers. Up, and she misses the shot at the buzzer. So at halftime, the Fever are up 44-42 at the half. So let's get things ready for the third quarter, and then we'll take a look at the box score so far. Right, 15 minutes for halftime. And let's get that started so we can stay on track here. All right, boom. So let's get it working. All right, so 44-42 at the half, 44-42. 29-28 in the first quarter in favor of the Fever, 15-14 in the quarter in favor of the Fever to make it a 2-point game here. For Indiana, you got Natasha Howard with 12 points and 6 rebounds on 6 of 8 shooting. Lexi Hull with 5 points. Boston with 1 point and 4 rebounds. You got Mitchell with 11. Caitlin Clark with 5 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and 3 turnovers. For Sophie Cunningham, she has 5. 2 for McDonald, 3 for Dantas. They're shooting 52% from the field, 33% from 3, 5 for 7 from the line. And they have 6 turnovers as a team. Yeah, a bunch of lead changes here so far. Connecticut, you have Sanaya Rivers with 6. You got Nelson-Ododa with 6 and 4. Tina Charles with 11 and 7. 6 for Bria Hartley. None for JC Sheldon. You got Layla LeConte with 6 off the bench. 3 for Anissa Morrow. 4 for Lindsay Allen. They're shooting 41% from the field. 23% from 3. 75% from the line on 4 attempts. They have 5 turnovers. And looking at the rebounding battle, they're winning the rebounding battle 23-16. But they are losing the assist battle 13-8. So that is the score right now, 44-42. Let me take a look really quickly at ESPN and these team stats here. So the Fever have conceded 8 points off of their turnovers. The Sun also have conceded 8 points off of their turnovers. Points in the paint battles about equal, 26 apiece. Largest lead was 9 for the Fever and 2 for the Sun. So that's interesting so far. All right. So now that that's taken care of, let's take a look at some of the news that has taken place over the day. I think between last night and today. Let me see if I could pull it up here. All right. So we have, there we go. So this came in today. I think it was today. Here are the participants for the 2025 WNBA Starry Lemon Lime 3-point contest. We have Sonia Citron of the Mystics, Caitlin Clark of the Fever, Alicia Gray of the Dream, Sabrina Ionescu of the Liberty, and Kelsey Plum of the LA Sparks. Out of these players, 2 of them, has Kelsey Plum won the 3-point contest? I don't think, but 2 of them have won the 3-point contest before. Alicia Gray won it last year, and Sabrina Ionescu with her historic performance the year before. She didn't participate last year. But those are the participants for the 3-point contest. And then for the skills challenge, we have these players here. Participants are Natasha Cloud of the Liberty, Skylar Diggins of the Storm, Alicia Gray again trying to go for the back-to-back doubles. She won the skills challenge last year and the 3-point contest, so she's trying to defend her crown in both. Erica Wheeler of the Storm and Courtney Williams of the Lynx. So those are the participants there happening during All-Star Weekend. What are your thoughts? Let me know who you think is gonna pull out the wins in these, in the skills challenge and in the 3-point competition. Let me know in the chat. All right. Also released today, Eastern and Western Conference Players of the Week. So in the East, you had Sabrina Ionescu. I was shocked she actually won it. We only played 2 games technically this week, or last week, I should say. She finished with 19.8 points, 6.3 rebounds, 6.3 assists. And for the West, you had Alyssa Thomas with 17.7 points, 8.3 rebounds, and 10 assists. So salute to both of these players for winning the Eastern Conference Player of the Week. I think this is both of their first times winning it this season. So salute to both of them for winning the awards. All right, let's take a look at the waiver wire. I know we went over who got waived. But as you can see today, July 15th, Connecticut re-signed Haley Peters to a first 7-day contract. As you can see down here, she was waived on the 13th and then re-signed on the 15th on the 7-day. Phoenix re-signed Kiana Williams. You can see she cleared waivers on the 12th. She was signed to the Mercury on the 10th, and they waived her on the 10th. She was re-signed today on a 7-day contract. All right, so that is what I have in terms of updating you from what happened between we streamed last night and right now. Tudo with the education here. Winners include Alicia Gray last year, Sab the year before. Oh yeah, Allie Quigley, I forgot. Quiggs won it 4 times. We were on stream when she had her jersey retired by the Sky. And then Shakina Strickland, 2019. Katie Douglas, 2010. Becky Hammond, 09. Con Landing says Sabrina in the 3-point contest and Cordy in the skills comp. Solid choices there. Sigmund said, I don't think a 1-for-30 shooter has much of a chance. But listen, she'll be home. She knocks down threes when she's home. It's when she's on the road. So since the All-Star games in Indianapolis at their place, she has a better chance, you would think, right? You would think. Whew. All right. We're going to go over the schedule in a moment here. I'm going to go over the schedule. See if I can pull that. So, as I mentioned, this is the, let me refresh this page. There it is. So this is the first of 2 games happening tonight. Hold on. Ooh. This is the first of 2 games happening tonight. You got the Washington Mystics and the Los Angeles Sparks. That game starts at 10 o'clock on League Pass. I'm not doing that game, but Mystics versus Sparks, that should be a good one. That'll be the first matchup of the season between the 2 teams. And then tomorrow, like I mentioned, we have a full slate tomorrow. Starting at noon, you have the Dream versus the Sky. I'm not going to do that game because Ryan Howard is missing for the Dream. And then it was announced that Atkins and Reese are both out for the Sky. So I'm not going to do that game. I'll probably do this game, the 1 o'clock game between the Mercury and the Lynx. And then Golden State and Seattle. We'll see if we do that. And then there's 2 games in the evening. You have the Fever and the Liberty at 7:30. So the Fever take the trip down to New York after tonight's game to go take on the Liberty tomorrow. And then the Vegas Aces take on the Dallas Wings at 8 p.m. Eastern. So we'll probably do 1 or 2 watch-alongs tomorrow. These late games I won't be able to do, but definitely probably 1 or 2 of these earlier games. So be on the lookout for that. Robert says, I watched Caitlin hit 53 pointers in a row at practice. Yeah, I mean, practice is different than the real thing when the lights are bright. And then shooting off a rack is a little different for a lot of players as well. It's different than catching the ball and shooting than picking the ball off the rack and then trying to get into your form. So that's an adjustment a lot of players have to make as well. So we'll see. It should be interesting. It should be interesting. Tuna said, let's hope not another upset Wednesday. Hopefully not. Hopefully the Liberty take care of business. But we'll see. We're still in the halftime break here on ESPN. Salute to everybody who's joined the watch along. Those who are new, old, appreciate you guys. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new here and you like this type of content. We'll be back tomorrow, as I just mentioned. So make sure you're ready for that. I mean, they're showing the percentages here on ESPN. Sabrina not really shooting too good from three this year. She's shooting 31% from the field from three this season. Sonia Citron shooting 36% from three this season. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she definitely can handle the bright lights. Yeah, it's just shooting off a rack is a little different. It's not a normal thing. Alicia Gray shooting 39% from three this season. And of course, she won the 3-point contest last season. And so we'll see. We shall see who comes out on top. Those competitions are on Friday. And I don't know if anybody will come close to Sabrina's record from 2023. I think she only missed one or two shots. I think she damn near made all the money balls. So it should be interesting. Should be interesting. All right, they went to commercial there on ESPN. So hopefully when they come back, we should be getting back to the game shortly. All right, I'll put this up for us. 44-42 is the score for those just joining. 44-42. Waiting for halftime to be completed. Let me check on. I placed a couple things today. Let me see what the deal is. A tweet just came across my thing. Hold on. I'm gonna try and get this up for you. All right. So this is what just came across my thing here. So according to Madeline Kenny, I think she works for the New York Post, a WNBA reporter for the Post. Breaking as that WNBA reaches peak popularity, multiple sources told the Post that players are bracing for a potential work stoppage ahead of the 2026 season as CBA negotiations lag. So, between the Players Association and the representatives for the league, um, it looks like I guess the pre-negotiations that they've been trying to do haven't been going through. I know they said they're gonna sit down at All-Star Weekend, which they usually do around CBA negotiation time, and try to figure some things out. Excuse me. So hopefully it doesn't get to this point. Let me click on this article. It's probably gonna make me pay for it. Of course it is. Of course it is. Continue without supporting y'all. Yeah. It's behind a paywall, so I can't even read the article. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Tuda said any bets? Yeah, that's what I was going to check before I went to check my phone and that alert popped up. So I think I definitely. Oh, I didn't even place this other one that I had in the tuck here. I'm gonna be tight if it cashes though. All right, looks like the broadcast is coming back now. Let me see. I think I had rebounds assists for. I was gonna play rebounds assists for Aliyah Boston. It was 11 and a half. Thankfully she is at 7. She could potentially still get it, but probably won't. And then I had Sanaya Rivers as rebounds and assists as well. Sanaya with 3 and 5. She probably would have got that. But I have um Kelsey Mitchell for 15, Tina for 15, Nelson-Ododa for 6 rebounds, Aliyah Boston for 6 rebounds. So they're well on their way to doing that. Kelsey Mitchell has 11, Tina has 11, so 4 more points for them to cash it. And then in terms of rebounds, Nelson-Ododa has 4 rebounds and Aliyah Boston has 4 rebounds. So 2 rebounds, and if they get a rebound a quarter, I'm good. If the other players get 2 points a quarter, I'm good. And then for the late game, if I win, I'll play something on the late game. All right, waiting for this broadcast to start. Finally, they over here showing like mid rolls and stuff. Broadcast is back on, and I just saw somebody hit the top of the backboard on a shot as I looked up. Thunderhawk, salute. You at the TD Garden, salute. CC needs to demand the trade. No screen set for her. New York bound anyway. Glad to be here in person. That's dope, man. I'm glad. Enjoy the game. Nelson-Ododa in the post. Reverse layup. Misses. And Howard with another rebound. Oh, let me take my halftime bug off. Caitlin Clark for 3. Whoa, she's short. Howard with another rebound gets fouled there by Bria Hartley. So Natasha Howard just picking up boards here. Who is this person? All right, let me stop. That's mean. I was going to say something. If you're watching the broadcast, look behind the Connecticut coach. I was going to say something, but that would have been mean. But Natasha Howard at the line for 2 shots. Howard misses the first free throw. This mic placement is terrible. Whoever mic'd him was bad. Howard's second free throw is up and good. Whoever mic'd that coach, they put the mic like over here. J.C. Sheldon off the bounce, and Nelson-Ododa gets the rebound. Good work. Over to Bria Hartley, top of the key 3. Hey, Bria Hartley with the 3. And it's a tie game at 45. 45. I forgot to stop this poll. I mean, it looks like the Fever are the overwhelming favorites here. Caitlin Clark down the hill, throws up the floater. Oh my gosh, all backboard. Tina Charles secures the rebound. Gets it over to J.C. Sheldon. That mic up was terrible. That guy should get fired. I mean, I don't want to call for nobody's job, but as somebody who does that for a living, that was terrible. And that's a jump ball there between Tina Charles and Natasha Howard. So it's a jump ball here. Let's see who wins it. And Tina Charles tips it, but right to a Fever player. Kelsey Mitchell on the run here. Mitchell gets down the hill, goes to her left, throws up the wild left-hand layup, and gets fouled. So Kelsey Mitchell will go to the line for 2 free throws. Yeah, Robert, you're absolutely right. You don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. You're absolutely right, my friend. I forgot today was the MLB All-Star game. Free throws up and good. Shows how much I've been caring about baseball season, to be completely honest with you. I'll pay attention when this playoff time, when hopefully the Yankees don't choke again. And Kelsey Mitchell knocks down both free throws. So it's a 2-point game, 47-45. Bria Hartley over to JC. JC with the ball. JC down to Nelson-Ododa. Nelson-Ododa faces up against Howard. Gets down the lane. Goes up. Left-hand layup. Misses. Almost gets her own rebound. But it goes off 2 Indiana players and out of bounds. Sun get it into Tina Charles. Tina Charles looks to attack Boston. Hook shot over Boston and scores. So my people are doing what they're supposed to do, and they're scoring and rebounding. It's tied at 47. Caitlin Clark going to her left. Finds the cutting Lexi Hall. Drops it off to Howard. Howard, oh, that was great ball movement there by the Fever. Easy layup for Natasha Howard. And it's a 2-point game, 49-47. Bria Hartley rejects the screen. Bounce past to Tina. Tina wide open for the midi, and she cashes in. So Tina Charles up to 15 points here. I'll take it. 49 all. Caitlin Clark behind the back. Gets it over to Boston. Top of the key. Hand off to Lexi. Lexi dribbles back left. Drop off to Aliyah Boston. Finds the cutting Howard. And Howard scores. Miscommunication there. Natasha Howard having her way in this game. She's up to 17 points. Hartley over to Tina. Tina for three. Short. Rebound to Caitlin. Caitlin, right side of the floor, looking for Aliyah Boston in the post. And Aliyah Boston falls on the floor. They call a foul on Tina Charles. I didn't even really see what happened. I'm surprised they didn't review that. Kelsey Mitchell, right down the highway, goes to the right and smokes the layup. She was nobody in sight, and she smokes the right-hand layup. It's over to Tina. Tina down to Morrow, who's checked in. Morrow bounces off Howard. That was a tough shot. Caitlin with the rebound. Caitlin pulls up for a deep three, and she still can't buy a three on the road here. 1 for 31. Morrow gets it over to Hartley. Hartley over the head pass to Tina. Tina over to Sanaya, top of the key here. Sanaya comes off the screen going left. Sanaya pulls up for the midi and fight for the rebound. Caitlin gets another one. She's stealing all the rebounds. Caitlin fakes the behind the back, gets cut off. Up top to Boston, handoff back to Caitlin. Caitlin comes back right. Corner to Mitchell. Mitchell wide open for three. She misses, and Tina gets the rebound. Tina bounce pass to JC. JC down the lane, goes up, misses the layup. Tina misses the putback. Morrow with the rebound. It bounces off a Fever shoe, and the Fever have the ball. Mitchell over to Cunningham. Cunningham wide open for three. Cash. Timeout called by the Connecticut Sun. Had a couple stagnant possessions here. 54-49. All right. Yeah, the Sun looked a little out of sorts there. Good timeout by Coach. Fever outscoring them 10-7 in the quarter so far. 10-7. Let's take a look at the box score. 54-49. So you got Natasha Howard with 17 points and 8 rebounds. The Sun blew a 3-on-2 fast break, and it ended with a 3 on the other end for the Indiana Fever. Aliyah Boston with 4 rebounds, 1 point, only has 1 point. 13 for Kelsey Mitchell, 5 for Clark. 8 for Sophie Cunningham, 2 for Ari McDonald, 3 for Demiris Dantas. Sanaya Rivers with 6, Nelson-Ododa with 6 and 5, 15 and 11 for Tina, so she does have the double-double. 9 for Bria Hartley on 3 made threes. You got Lacan with 6. I haven't seen her too much. 3 for Morrow and 4 for Allen. Fox, salute in the chat. Charles took 2 fists to Aliyah face. Was it? I just saw her turn. I saw her turn around, and then I saw Aliyah Boston fall. They didn't show too many replays on it, so I'm not too sure what happened there. But I'm surprised they didn't go to review it. But yeah, Tina doing what she can to keep the Sun in this game. But somebody else got to contribute. Fanny, salute for the follow on the Twitch. Salute. Gary says Caitlin got hurt during the last time they played the Sun. She hasn't been right. I think her eye got scratched. I don't know. Don't know. But on the road, she does not. She hasn't been shooting the three well. She's 1 for her last 31 from 3-point range. That is a stat. I didn't. If they didn't say that on the broadcast, I wouldn't have believed it. 1 for 31 is a little outrageous. But we're in a commercial right now. In a commercial. Salute to everybody who's tuned in. Hold on. I'm seeing some more news about that fan that got ejected. Oh, the fan was touching Sanaya Rivers. That's why the fan got ejected. He was a fan that was sitting courtside and was touching Sanaya, so they got him out of here. Ball in play with the Sun, and it gets deflected, so the ball is still in play here. 6 seconds to go. Lacan with the ball. 5 seconds. 4 seconds. Lacan has to pull up a wild three. Goes off the back rim and long rebound. Goes to the Fever. Bria Hartley, quick release. Fight for the rebound. It goes to Morrow, and ball gets tipped out by Caitlin. Ball stay with the Connecticut Sun here. Ball into Morrow. Over to Lacan. Lacan comes off the screen going left from Tina. Lacan gets downhill. Jump pass gets deflected by the Fever out of bounds. 8 seconds on the clock. Caitlin, I'm not too sure what happened there. Caitlin and Stephanie were having a conversation they were showing at that last timeout. Lacan into the paint, throws up the floater, and gets tipped out. And they say it's Fever ball. So I'm not sure what happens here. I heard whistle blow. I don't know what's happened. I think they're challenging this. Caitlin Clark about to crash out on the ref for something. I don't know what happened there. Breon January, the assistant coach, has to escort her to the bench, but the ref said something, then she just started chasing the ref down. I don't know what happened there, but I think we have a challenge on the floor by the Connecticut Sun. So we have another break in play here. Yeah, Tudo, that just saw that on the broadcast. They said 1 for 28 on the season on the road, and then 0 for 4 today. So 1 for 32 on the road from 3. Yeah, it's a road thing. It is a road thing. So this third quarter has started off really, really slow here. It has grinded to a halt. In terms of offensive rebounding, let me refresh this page here. For the for the Fever, they only have 3 offensive rebounds. For the Sun, they have 11. 11 offensive rebounds for the Sun. I don't know if it's conclusive evidence to overturn this play though. Yeah, Connecticut timeout right now. Plays under review. Let me run my clock down. There's 4:33 to go. They're reviewing this out of bounds play. All I can see is Kaylin saying that has nothing to do with it. Are you effing kidding me? I don't know what was that in regards to. Caitlin told the ref to grow up. I see. Kaylin really going after this ref here. I don't know what's going on. I mean, she is not having her one of her greatest nights. We're still waiting to see what the call is here. Right, you seen that too though? She was like, come here, Mr. Ref. Grow up. I'm calling you." Uh, I don't know what happened. Why she was going after the ref like that. Jeez, they just reviewing this and reviewing this. This game ain't going to end until all 10 10:30 at this rate. So we have a break in play, people. You're not missing any action. They're reviewing this play like it's the last play on earth. They're playing Poison by Bell Biv DeVoe in there in the arena right now. Let me stop before they copyright my channel for humming the melodies. Remember, this game is taking place at the TD Garden in Boston. It is not at Mohegan Sun Arena in Connecticut. The Sun usually play one or two games at the TD Garden. Of course, Caitlin in town. They moved it there. Oh, so the bowler is off of Howard. The challenge is successful. Hutch, what's up? They better hurry up. Yeah. They ain't gonna care. This game is the national TV game. That game's a league pass game. Tudo says, you think Fever gonna be able to hold off the Sun? Yeah, I think so. I think they will. The Sun, they're struggling too much for my liking right now. Even though the game is just a 5 point game. So it is Sun basketball. Right? So finally we're back in action here. Bria Hartley gets it into Delayla Lacan. Nice inbound play. Lacan wide open and scores. Layla Lacan now up to 8 points. Caitlin Clark comes off of two screens here. Gets it to Sophie Cunningham. Top of the key here. Caitlin coming off screen. They get it to her left side of the floor. 7 on the clock. Caitlin dribbles right. Finds a Cunningham and gets fouled on that cut by Rivers. It was a push. Ball in play here. With Kelsey Mitchell, she gets right down the lane and scores the left hand layup. 56-51. Kelsey Mitchell now. She is up to 15. Ball over to Tina Charles. Tina Charles faces up on Dantas. Gets it over to Morrow. Morrow, baseline jump shot is up. Too strong. Cunningham can't secure the rebound and goes out of bounds. 56-51 is the score. Oh yeah, that was a good trivia question. And Tamika Catchings is always somewhere in the in those stats. Most points and rebounds. Tamika Catchings won her championship with the Indiana Fever. Sun to inbound. They get it into Lacan. Lacan on the attack. Lacan picks up her dribble over to Allen. Allen down to Tina. They send a late double back to Lindsay, but loses the ball. Good block there by Howard. And Cunningham on the run here. Over to Sydney Colson, over to Howard. Howard, right-hand scoop is off. Morrow secures the rebound and gets it over to Allen. Almost a turnover there. Allen gets it over to Morrow. Morrow to Lacan. Lacan. Corner to Sanaya Rivers. She pump fakes for three. Gets down the lane. Left-hand layup is up and good for Sanaya Rivers. 3-point game. 56-53. Sydney Colson with the ball. Gets it over to Dantas. Dantas, top of the key. Finds a cutting Mitchell. Bad pass. Stolen. Tina Charles hands it off to Lacan. Lacan getting on her. Gets down the lane. Goes for the right-hand layup and misses. Rebound to Howard. Howard beasting on the boards. Kelsey Mitchell on the leak out. Left-hand layup is good. 58-53. Natasha Howard with 17 points and 10 rebounds. Handoff over to Rivers. Over to Morrow. Morrow down to Tina. Tina goes up, gets fouled, and one. Tina Charles gets fouled. Will go to the line for the three-point play. So the Sun's still hanging around here, people. They're just hanging around. A whole line change here. Michaela Timpson, the rookie, gets her first minutes of the game for the Fever. Boston and Clark check back in. So Tina Charles at the line for the three-point play. She cashes in. 2-point game here. 58-56. Tina Charles with 18 points and 17 points and 11 rebounds, excuse me. 18 points and 11 rebounds, sorry. 18 points, 11 rebounds. Caitlin Clark with the ball. Finds the Cunningham and scores. Nice feed from Caitlin to Cunningham. And it's back to a 4-point game. 60-56. Layla Lacan gets downhill, gets to the right. Right-hand layup is up and good. Layla Lacan being ultra aggressive, getting downhill and scoring. 2-point game. Caitlin with the ball, guarded by Tina Charles. Caitlin takes her off the dribble, gets by her. Easy layup for Kate. Oh, she smokes the layup, though. All glass. Ball with Lacan. Lacan over to J.C. Sheldon. Wide open for three and the lead. And she misses. Fight for the rebound. Michaela Timpson, the rookie, gets it. And Timpson dribbles out. Timpson gets all the way downhill, gets the ball stripped by Tina Charles. It goes out of bounds. She didn't see Caitlin running the floor beside her there. Emil, what's good? Hope you're doing good. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Sigmund said if the Fever wins only because the Sun are so bad. Yeah, because they're not playing particularly good. Caitlin with the ball. Caitlin for three. Can she get one? Nope. Fight for the rebound. Morrow secures it. Nelson-Ododa has checked in for Tina to give her some rest. She's been literally carrying this team. Morrow gets downhill on Timpson. Reverse layup is good. She finishes with the right hand on the left-hand side and ties the game at 60. 50 seconds to go. Over to Caitlin. Ball almost gets stripped. Caitlin with the ball. Picks up her dribble. Gets it over to Boston. Boston crossover on Nelson-Ododa. Gets downhill. One leg fall away is up. And that's her first field goal of the game. She scores her first field goal in the third quarter. Wow. At the end of the third quarter at that. 30 seconds to go here. Nelson-Ododa with the ball at the three-point line. Handoff to JC. JC picks up her dribble. Finds Nelson-Ododa. Up top to Lindsay Allen for top of the key three. Oh, halfway down and out. Caitlin with another rebound. She'll hold for the last shot here. Caitlin with 6 rebounds in this game, though. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7. Caitlin gets the screen from Boston. Caitlin guarded by Nelson-Ododa. And she's, excuse me, she steps out of bounds. with 2 seconds to go on the clock here. So JC Sheldon gets it. JC from half court off the top of the backboard, and that's how the third quarter ends. So at the end of 3, Fever with a 2-point lead going into the fourth and final quarter. 62-60. Let's take a look at the box score here. 62-60. 7 lead changes, 10 ties in this one. Salute to the new subs. I see we got 2 new subs today. Appreciate all the subbage. Make sure you leave a like on the channel. Subscribe if you're new here. We'll be back tomorrow. Early games tomorrow. Around 1 tomorrow. Why am I saying tomorrow like that? Early games tomorrow. Around 1 p.m. We'll be on. Yeah, CC didn't play too well in that. She hasn't been playing well all game, to be honest with you, scoring-wise. Indiana, you got Howard with a double-double, 17 and 10. You got 3 from Boston with 4 rebounds. I just need 2 rebounds from her. I just needed to fix up. Kelsey Mitchell with 17. Clark with 5 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 turnovers. Cunningham with 10, 2 for McDonald, 3 for Dantas. Tanaya Rivers with 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. You got Nelson-Ododa with 6 and 5. Tina Charles with 18 and 11. JC Sheldon hasn't scored, and 9 for Bria Hartley. Off the bench, Lacan has been great off the bench with 10. 4 for Morrow, 4 for Allen. Well, 5 for Morrow, 4 for Allen. Sun are shooting 20% from 3 on 4 of 20 shooting. Fever not too much better, 4 for 15 on 26% shooting. I didn't think this would be close either. I did not think this game would be this close either. Salute to everybody here. Salute, salute. One quarter to go. 1 quarter to go. Score is 62-60. Sun will start the fourth quarter with the ball. Hopefully, Caitlin's 3-point struggles on the road will continue tomorrow evening in New York. Hopefully, it'll continue tomorrow. Fever most pathetic good team. Yeah, it's frustrating, ain't it? Very frustrating. Salute to everybody hanging around. Salute, salute, salute. I mean, if she having a problem with the Sun New York, Def might eat her alive. You know, playing in Barclays, she might feel, I don't know. You never know, man. People come to Barclays and act unusual. Like Tahina Pow Pow, she came that first game and started lighting us up from 3, even though we still ended up winning the game. But, you know, people come to New York and they play their best game sometimes. If we're not doing what we're supposed to do. Searches are spiking for the young rookie Layla Lacan. That's according to the broadcast. People are like, who is this girl? Layla Lacan out of France. She was drafted by the Sun last season, didn't come over and reported this year. Her 10 points today has tied her career high. She just came back after the Eurobasket tournament. So this is only probably her, like, she only played a couple games so far. She's 21 years old. Ball and play here with the Sun for the fourth and... Oh, I hit the wrong thing. I'm like, what is that? That's an old game. The fourth and final quarter. Anissa Moore for 3. Halfway down and out. Boston gets the rebound. There we go, Aliyah. I need one more from you. Boston with the ball. Hand off to Caitlin. Caitlin comes off the screen. Caitlin up to Boston. Boston handoff to Caitlin. Oh, drops it off to Boston. Boston midi is up and good. That good two-woman game there works between CC and Boston. It's 64-60. Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. What is happening? Ball over to Lacan. Lacan dribbles to the left. Has he dribbles? Oh, that what a move by Lacan. Oh, she tries to reverse it over the right, and it wasn't a good layup. 64-60. Caitlin drop pass to Boston. Boston loses the ball, stolen by Lacan. Lacan, oh, bad pass, but Sheldon saves it. Lacan steps into a three, gets fouled from behind, and one. Layla Lacan, career high 13, going to the line for the 4-point play. That play, almost a turnover on the outlet pass. She gets the ball back, and Sydney Colson from behind smacks her on the arm. That might have helped the shot, and it drops. And she misses the free throw for the 4-point play. 64-63. That was exciting. Like seeing the young rookies do well. Sydney Colson down to Boston. Boston faces up on Nelson-Ododa. Gets into the paint, gets fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. I don't know why players always end up hooking their arm around the waist of the player they're trying to guard. So Aliyah Boston knocks down the first free throw. Second free throw is up, and she knocks down both. Ball in play here with the Sun. It's a 3-point game, 66-63. Lacan with the ball. Lacan over to Morrow. That pass almost went into the rafters. Morrow drives on Timpson, goes to the basket, no foul. Rebound to Cunningham. Over to CC. CC with the ball. CC drives left, gets cut off by Sheldon, spins back middle, dribbles back out, comes off the screen, gets her pocket picked by Nelson-Ododa. JC Sheldon with the ball. Drop pass to Lacan, pump fakes, waits for the defender to fly by, and she's adding to that career high. She's up to 15. Ball with the fever here. Oh, what just happened there? No call away from the ball. I don't know what happened between Cunningham, but she ended up on the floor. Sydney Colson drops it off to Aliyah Boston, gets fouled, and draws another foul on Nelson-Ododa. Boston will go back to the line for free throws. Cup fan, what's going on? Salute on the Twitch. Salute. So Boston at the line for 2 more free throws here. She's being ultra aggressive in this fourth quarter. She didn't score her first field goal until the end of the third. And now she's back at the line. Come on, Nelson-Ododa. I need one rebound. Aliyah Boston at the line. Second free throw is up, and she knocks down both. And they send Nelson-Ododa to the bench. That might hurt me. 68-65. Bria Hartley with the ball. Hartley, left to right crossover. Over to JC. JC, top of the key. Hasn't scored in this game. Tina Charles down to Morrow. Morrow scores over Timpson. Good high-low between Charles and Morrow. It's a 1-point game. 68-67. Ball over to Cunningham. Right side to Timpson, trying to get it to Boston. Cunningham, Timpson on the drive gets called for a blocking foul. So Timpson will go to the line for 2 free throws, excuse me. So Timpson at the line looking for her first points of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Anissa Morrow with 7 points and 7 rebounds in 16 minutes. First free throw is up for Timpson. She cashes in. The rookie out of Florida State. All right, she's waiting to take the second free throw. I don't know what's going on here. All right, Timpson at the line for the second free throw here. And she misses. Morrow with the rebound. Ball out to Hartley. Hartley crosses half court here. Left side of the floor. Gets it to Morrow. Morrow, top of the key. Looking for Sheldon. Looks to attack. Spin move. Gets by Timpson. Goes over to the left. No foul call. Fight for the rebound. Timpson secures it. Ball over to Colson. Colson over to Mitchell. Mitchell gets cut off going left. Gives it to Boston. Boston finds a Cunningham. Cunningham goes up, and they call a blocking foul. So more free throws here. So Cunningham at the line for 2 free throws. Yeah, the Sun are starting to load up on the fouls here. So Cunningham at the line for 2 free throws. She makes the first. Michaela Timpson goes out. Howard checks back in. Natasha Howard with 17 points and 10 rebounds. I think the last 3-4 trips down the floor, the Fever have shot free throws. Cunningham second free throw is up. It rolls out. Morrow gets another rebound. Hartley gets it over to Tina, top of the key here. Tina, handoff to J.C. Sheldon. Sheldon, top of the key, comes off the screen going left. J.C. Sheldon down the lane, gets fouled there on the right-hand layup. Sheldon will go to the line looking for her first points of the game. Yeah, that's a foul on Aliyah Boston. Smacks down on the arm of Sheldon. And Sheldon misses the free throw. Gotta make your free throws here. J.C. Sheldon, no points, 0 for 6 from the field. Second free throw is up, and she knocks it down. 2-point game, 70-68. Colson with the ball, left side of the floor. Colson over to Boston. Boston attacks Tina. Left side, she post up. Post up. Throws up a wild shot, another foul call. So Aliyah Boston back to the line for free throws. Free throw is up and good. Layla Lacan goes to the bench here. Sanaya Rivers checks back in. I feel like I haven't seen her in a bit. Second free throw is up for Boston, and she knocks down both. So it's a 4-point game again. Indiana is in the bonus. So anytime they get fouled from here on out, they go into the line like they have already. J.C. Sheldon for 3. Oh, hits off the back rim, jumps up in the air, and misses. Colson over to Howard, up top to Boston. Left side to Cunningham. Cunningham on the drive gets bumped by. Oh, wow. I'm surprised they didn't call a foul on J.C. Sheldon there. So it looks like there's a timeout on the floor here. I think J.C. Sheldon might have got away with a foul on that one. But either way, it's Sun ball when we come back to the game. 72-68, fourth quarter. 5:45-ish to go. 72-68. Fever outscoring the Sun 10-8 in the quarter. I think they just shot a bunch of free throws. I don't think they've scored a field goal in the quarter. I think it's been all free throws. Howard with 17 and 11. You got 5 for Lexi Hall, 11 for Boston with 6 rebounds, 17 for Kelsey Mitchell, 5 for Caitlin Clark. For Sophie Cunningham, she has 11 off the bench, 2 for Ari McDonald, 3 for Dantas, 1 for Timpson. For the Sun, you have Sanaya Rivers with 8, 6 for Nelson-Ododa, 18 for Tina Charles, 1 for J.C. Sheldon, 9 for Bria Hartley. Yeah, the spread was definitely minus 15.5 or somewhere around those lines. Layla Lacan, career high 15 off the bench, 7 for Morrow and 9 rebounds, 4 for Lindsay Allen. Haley Peters did not score. Turnovers, only 7 turnovers for the Connecticut Sun. You got 12 for the Fever, but the Fever have shot 21 free throws, made 16 of them. The Sun have only shot 8 free throws. I literally need 1 rebound from Nelson-Ododa, so they just need to put her back in the game. Casso said he needs 1 CC assist and Rivers to score. How many assists does Caitlin have? Caitlin has 6 assists. Salute to everybody here on the broadcast. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. If you like this type of content, leave a like on the stream. Helps the channel tremendously. Yeah, the Fever are not getting offensive rebounds. They only have 3 compared to 11 for the Connecticut Sun. They're losing the overall rebounding battle by 5, so it's not too bad in the overall, but offensive rebounds means second and third chances. So they're back on the broadcast. They're talking about Caitlin. Caitlin, if you're not aware, not having the greatest night. They keep saying the stat. She's 1 for, I think, 34 now from 3-point range on the road. Crazy. She's 3% on the road, 39% at home. All right, looks like broadcast is restarting now with the Sun. Let's see who's on the floor here. 5.5 to go here. Morrow gets it out top to Rivers. Rivers, they call a foul there on Cunningham, I believe that was on. Ball in play here with Bria Hartley. Hartley over to Tina Charles. Tina Charles, center of the floor here. Playing with the ball here. Attacks, gets in the post against Boston, goes up, and draws the foul on Boston. So now Tina Charles looking to add to her scoring. Will go to the line for 2 free throws. He must said the Sun coach might get fired if he can't pull a win in a game like this. Yeah. It's a tough one there. Tina Charles at the line. First free throw is up. She cashes in. Second free throw is up for Tina, and she knocks it in. So Tina Charles carrying the offense here for the Connecticut Sun. She's up to 20 points and 11 rebounds for Tina Charles. Kelsey Mitchell with the ball. Kelsey Mitchell dancing behind the screen. Left side to Cunningham. Over all the way in the corner to Colson. Colson dribbles back out to the top of the floor. Colson contested three. Halfway down and out. Fight for the rebound. Howard gets tripped up. And now they'll be shooting free throws again. Oh, it looks like both teams are in the bonus now. That's interesting. It's just been a free throw quarter. Like, literally. First free throw is up. Howard misses. 72-70. 72-70. She started off hot. She had 12 in the first half. Only 5 so far in the second half. Second free throw is up and good. 3-point game here, 73-70. Oh, I think I added it to the wrong team. 73-70. We have a stoppage in play here. I don't think the clock started. 73-70. 4:48 to go. Oh, another timeout. Man, they just prolonging this game, boy. I tell you. So another timeout here. Timeout by the Connecticut Sun. They have 2 left. They have 2 left. Right, score is 73-70. 73-70. It's been a free throw quarter. Everybody just hitting free throws after free throws after free throws. Let me take a look at this fourth quarter, see if anybody actually scored a bucket in the fourth. So the only bucket was Aliyah Boston hits a mid-range jump shot for the Fever. I think the Sun scored about 2, 4, 7 points. The rest have been free throws. But the Fever have only scored 1 field goal in this quarter. The rest have been free throws. So 9 of their 11 points in this quarter have been free throws. It's crazy. Just too many fouls here. Way too many fouls. Can't even cash out. I need Nelson-Ododa to get a rebound. That would be brutal if she don't. Um, 73-70 was at 143. I should have the pregame under was 166.5. It's looking like it may stay that way at the rate this game is going. Let me see what the BetMGM is talking about. Yeah, the live one is now 165. Way too many fouls in this game. Salute to everybody. Yeah. After the first quarter, I was like, there's no way they could really sustain playing this way the whole game. I knew it was gonna slow down, but this is just brutal. AR says if the Fever lose, it'll be due to the terrible free throw shooting in the fourth. Yeah. All right, broadcaster coming back on to talk about Tina Charles, 14th year in the league, rookie of the year with the Connecticut Sun back in 2010. Most double-doubles in history with 97. Second all-time leading scorer in W history. Behind Diana Taurasi. And tonight, she does what she does best. 20 points, 11 rebounds. Tina Charles, the legend out of New York. Legend out of Queens. Ball in play here with the Connecticut Sun. Finally, we are back to action here. Lacan with the ball. Finds Tina at the free throw line. Tina steps back. Jump shot is up. Off. Fight for the rebound. Goes out to Mitchell. Caitlin's on the floor. So it's Caitlin, Cunningham, Mitchell, Howard, Boston for the Fever. Caitlin right side of the floor here. Caitlin gets downhill. Stops. One leg fall away in the middle of the paint and scores. Caitlin finally 75-70, 5-point game. 7 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Ball over to Lacan. Lacan on the attack, drops it off to Tina. Tina, corner to Sanaya. They need it. And she misses. Fight for the rebound. Morrow gets the rebound, throws it out to Lacan. Lacan, heavy dribble. Oh, bounce pass too strong for Tina. It's a turnover. Caitlin gets downhill, gets fouled there by Hartley. So it'll be 2 free throws for Caitlin Clark. Excuse me. So Caitlin at the line for 2 free throws. First free throw is up. Oh, and it almost rattles out, but she makes it. 76-70. Second free throw is up, and she cashes it in. So 7-point game. It looks like the Sun are starting to lose steam here. Bria Hartley with the ball. Gets it over to Morrow. Morrow, top of the key. Morrow on the drive. Hook pass to Tina. Out to Lacan. Up top to Bria. Bria on the drive into the paint. Throws up the right-hand floater. Tina Charles gets the rebound. Gets fouled on the putback. Right. It's like a coin flip whether it's going to be foul or not. So Tina Charles at the line for 2 free throws here. And she misses the first free throw. Doesn't look like they're going to put Nelson-Ododa back in. That sucks. Dantas checks in. Boston to the bench. Second free throw is up, and Tina knocks it down. So it's 77-71. Yeah, Tina Charles is cooking here. Caitlin with the ball. And a timeout. 77-71. Another timeout called here. Jeez Louise. They dragging this game out. That other game starting already. Spread's 8.5 now. Yeah, I'm staying away from that. Staying away from that. Let's take a quick look at the box score while we wait. Nothing has changed too much. It's just a bunch of people shooting free throws. 77-71 is the score. Indiana outscoring Connecticut 15-11 in the quarter. Howard with 18 and 12, 11 and 6 for Boston, 17 for Mitchell, 9 for Clark with 7 rebounds and 6 assists. Cunningham with 11, shooting 25% from 3. They have 12 turnovers. For Connecticut, oh, the broadcast is back on. 77-71 is the score. Seven lead changes, 10 ties in this game.
me. Oh,
Salute for the sub, James. Salute, salute.
Let's go.
Caitlin comes off the screen, gets into the paint, out to Dantas. Dantas pump fakes, back out to Caitlin. Caitlin for three. Finally! She finally hits a three. Her first three of the game. Second three in a road game all season. That should be it. Finally hits a three from that left wing. That's her spot. Bria Hartley at the line for the free throw. She shoots the first and makes it. Second free throw is up, and she rattles it in. Ball in play here with the Fever. Cunningham with the ball. Cunningham over to Caitlin, top of the key here. Caitlin comes off the screen going right. Caitlin on the island with Lacan. Right to left crossover. Gets cut off. Lacan staying in front of her. Tries to bounce pass. It goes back to her. Fall away jump shot. Way off. Fight for the rebound. Sanaya Rivers chases it down. Rivers on the run. Attacks Caitlin. Goes up for the layup. Oh, she misses the layup. That would have made it a 5-point game. Ball over to Howard. Howard handoff to Mitchell. Mitchell gets downhill. Mid-range jump shot is up. Way short. Morrow with the rebound. How many rebounds does Anissa Morrow have off the bench? She has 11 rebounds off the bench. Layla Lacan gets around Dantas, but gets fouled. So more free throws here for the Connecticut Sun. Lacan first free throw is up and good. I don't think this coach has made any substitutions for the Connecticut Sun in like the last 3-4 minutes. Lacan free throw is up and good. She's adding to her career high. Layla Lacan up to 17 points here. Boston with the ball over to Caitlin. Caitlin, another three, top of the key this time. Oh no, too good to be true. Tipped out by Boston. It goes to Connecticut. Five-point game here. 1:43 to go. The clock is just not starting. Ball in play here with the Connecticut Sun. 5-point game. Bria Hartley with the ball. Got hounded there by Kelsey Mitchell. Gets it over to Tina. Tina wide open. Long two is off. Rebound to Howard. Just adding to her rebounding total here. And it looks like it's still some time here. But that would have, they needed that one. Caitlin gets bumped and fouled by Sanaya Rivers. So Caitlin will go back to the line for free throws. So Caitlin at the line for 2 free throws. First free throw is up. Knocks it down. Second free throw is up. And good. 82-75. Ball in play here. With the Sun. Bria Hartley gets it over to Lacan. Lacan on the drive. Throws it out to Hartley. Hartley, no hesitation. Three. Front rim. Caitlin saves it and throws it to Boston. Under a minute to go here. This is pretty much done and dusted. Caitlin crosses half court. Caitlin dribbling out at the half court line. Right to left crossover. Finds Kelsey Mitchell on the back cut. Easy work for Kelsey Mitchell, and that's the game. Uh-oh. She's holding something. She's in pain. Uh-oh. She's holding her right. Like her right. I don't even know what area that is. She's in a little bit of pain there. Caitlin's in pain. I don't know what happened there. Maybe on the pass? I don't really know what happened there. She didn't seem in pain there. Oh, she started grabbing it. It's like the groin area, the inside of her right leg. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it doesn't look good. She was holding the inside of her right leg. She seemed to be in a lot of pain there. Um, Towel on her head. I don't know if she's coming back in. And yeah, she's probably not gonna play tomorrow. She is not playing tomorrow. She has a towel over her head, and they sub her out. I don't really know what happened there. Dang, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. It looked like she's crying a little bit. Yeah, she's in some pain. Ball in play here. Yeah. Bria Hartley with the ball. Right to left crossover. Hartley gets... Oh, that's Lacan, excuse me. And Lacan gets to the left hand and scores. 84-77. Lacan up to 19 points, adding to the career high. Can you just put Nelson-Ododa into the game so she can grab me a rebound? I'm so upset right now. Tuna says she doesn't play tomorrow and be super upset. Man, I might be glad I sold them tickets. I know the people who bought them are going to be upset. 84-77. This game's pretty much over. 29 seconds to go. Game is pretty much over. Listen, man, the Liberty need as many wins as they can, so if teams are missing their top guns, I'll take it. I can't believe they took Nelson-Ododa out. She got a nice steal on Caitlin. She was putting in work, and they took her right out the game. All right, so let's see what happens here. They didn't make no subs here. It's over. I'm gonna stop holding my breath here. Indiana to inbound, and they foul Kelsey Mitchell. They ended up just prolonging this game. This other game has started though. It looks like the Sparks are up 16-9. I didn't even get to make anything for that game. I guess I'll cook up for tomorrow. Kelsey Plum with 7 points already. First free throw is up for Mitchell. She knocks it down. Kelsey Mitchell at the line for the second. It rattles off. Fight for the rebound. Timpson gets the rebound over to Mitchell. Mitchell just dribbles back out. And I guess they're not going to foul. Mitchell crossing over on Hartley. Steps back for a three. Rebound on Morrow. And gets it over to Tina. Over to Sanaya Rivers. Sanaya with the ball. Let's see if Sanaya will do something. No, she gets it to Tina. Over to Bria. They're not going to shoot it. They're just going to let the clock run out. And that's how the games end. So at the end of this one, Indiana 85-77. But the story is Caitlin Clark. In a little bit of pain towards the end of this game, grabbed the inside of her right leg, had to go out the remaining minute of the game. So something to keep an eye on with the Fever playing in Brooklyn tomorrow. 85-77's final score. Let's take a look at the final score. At the final box score. 85-77 final score here. Fever outscored them 23-17 in the fourth. Thanks, Liz. Thanks, Carrie. Appreciate you guys. Thanks, Tudo. Natasha Howard with 18 and 13, double-double for her. 11 and 6 for Boston. 20 for Kelsey Mitchell. 14 for Caitlin Clark with 8 rebounds and 7 assists. Cunningham with 11. For Connecticut, Sanaya with 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. 6 for Nelson-Ododa with 5 boards. Tina Charles with 21 and 11. Bria Hartley with 11. 1 for J.C. Sheldon, 19 for Layla Lacan, career high for the rookie, 7 points, 12 rebounds for Anissa Morrow, 4 for Lindsay Allen. Ended up being a better game than I thought. I thought it was going to be a blowout, but I'm glad it wasn't. All right, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow around 1 p.m. Eastern. We have some early games tomorrow. So I'll be back. Make sure you're liked up, you're subscribed, so you know when I'm going live. I'm going to go get some rest, drink some more tea, get my voice ready for tomorrow. I'll see you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good night. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Salute.